You crack through your eggshell, somewhere in the rainforests of Australia. Your body is wet, and your vision is blurred, so you blink several times trying to clear it. Your legs are weak and unsteady, but you need to stand, so you push yourself upright and immediately stumble forward into the edge of the nest. 2 other eggs sit beside you, both still intact with no cracks showing yet. Your father stands over the nest watching you struggle, his massive body blocking most of the space around you. You take another step, and this time your legs hold, so you move toward the nearest egg and start tapping it with your beak. The shell chips away in small pieces, and your sibling begins pushing from the inside. Then something moves in the undergrowth nearby. A large monitor lizard steps out from behind a tree with its tongue flicking in and out rapidly. It's moving toward the nest, so your father turns and charges straight at it. His foot strikes the ground right next to the lizard's head, sending dirt spraying upward. The lizard jerks backward and runs into the ferns, disappearing completely. Your father returns to the nest and begins walking away from it. You follow behind him on shaky legs, trying to keep up as he moves through the thick vegetation. The 3rd egg remains completely still with no movement inside it. You push through a wall of broad leaves and lose sight of the nest entirely. Your legs are getting stronger with each step, but they're still not fast enough to match your father's pace. He keeps moving forward without slowing down, and you need to stay close to him, so you stumble faster through the undergrowth trying not to fall behind. You're 2 weeks old now, following your father through thick vegetation with your sibling walking close behind you. He stops at a fallen fruit lying in the dirt, so you move closer to see what he's doing. He pecks at it several times, breaking the skin open, then steps back. The fruit is soft and sweet, so you swallow several pieces quickly before your sibling can reach it. But then your sibling pushes past you and knocks you aside into the leaves. So you push back harder and manage to grab another piece before your father starts walking again. You need to keep up with him, so you leave the fruit behind and follow him deeper into the forest. A wild pig appears nearby, rooting through the same area with its snout pushing dirt around. Your father stops walking and raises his head, then makes a deep, booming sound from his throat that you can feel in your chest. The pig looks up at him but doesn't move away. It just keeps digging through the ground searching for food. Your father needs the pig gone, so he rushes forward with his legs moving fast. The pig finally lifts its head and bolts into the undergrowth, disappearing between the trees. Your father returns to where the pig was digging and starts eating whatever it left behind. You and your sibling move in and peck at the exposed roots and insects scattered across the dirt. Your sibling tries to push you away again, but this time you don't move. You keep eating until your father starts walking, then you follow him through a gap between 2 large trees. He's protecting the food you find now, driving away anything that gets too close. But he won't do this forever, and soon you'll need to find meals on your own without him there to help. You're 6 weeks old now, walking behind your father through the forest when he suddenly stops and turns toward you. He makes a low hissing sound and takes a step forward, so you back away trying to understand what's happening. Your sibling is already running in the opposite direction, so you turn and follow. But your father chases after both of you for several meters before stopping completely. You try to follow him again because you don't know where else to go, but he charges a second time and drives you further back into the undergrowth. You need to stay away from him now, so you move into dense ferns and lose sight of him completely. Hours pass and you wander alone through areas you've never seen before, pecking at leaves and small insects crawling across the ground. You're hungry and need to drink, so when you find a shallow stream, you walk straight into it and lower your head. The water is cool, and you swallow several mouthfuls before lifting your head back up. Then you hear heavy footsteps moving through the vegetation nearby. A large boar pushes through the ferns and walks toward the stream with its head down, grunting as it moves. You need to stay still so it doesn't notice you, so you freeze completely with your legs locked in place. The boar steps into the water just a few meters away and starts drinking, then lifts its head and looks around. You don't move at all, you just watch it standing there. After a while, it turns and walks back into the forest, disappearing between the trees. You wait until the footsteps fade completely, then move quickly in the other direction, away from where the boar went. Your father is gone and he's not coming back. Everything that moves now could try to kill you, and you're still learning how to tell which ones will. Skip forward a bit, and you're 4 months old now. You're feeding on fungi growing on a rotting log when you notice the small ridge forming on top of your head. Your cascade is starting to grow, changing the shape of your skull. You peck at another piece of fungus and swallow it, then look up to see if anything else is nearby worth eating. That's when a dingo steps out from behind a tree with its head low and eyes locked directly on you. You need to look bigger than you are, so you raise your body upright and spread your small wings slightly to the sides. The dingo starts circling slowly around you, testing how you'll react. You can't let it get behind you, so you turn with it and keep your body facing forward. Then you kick with one leg, extending your toe claw as far as it will go. The strike misses completely, but the dingo jumps back anyway, putting more distance between you. But then it changes strategy and lunges at your side, trying to bite your leg. You spin quickly and kick again with more force this time, your claw catching its shoulder and tearing through the fur. The dingo yelps and backs away limping, then turns and runs into the forest. You watch it disappear between the trees, before lowering your wings back down. You return to the log and continue feeding on the fungi, pecking at the pieces you didn't finish earlier. Your casco is still small and your body isn't fully grown yet, but your claw just proved it works. You'll use it again many more times before you're done growing. You're 1 year old now, and you've found a large clearing where multiple fruit trees are dropping food across the ground. Another juvenile cassowary is already feeding there when you arrive, pecking at fallen fruit near the base of the largest tree. You're hungry and need to eat, so you walk toward the nearest tree and begin pecking at the fruit scattered around it. The other cassowary stops eating and turns toward you, then starts walking in your direction with its head raised. You don't move away because this food is just as much yours as it is theirs, so you keep eating and ignore them completely. They get closer and kick the ground near your feet, spraying dirt across your legs. You need to show them you're not leaving, so you turn to face them fully and raise your body as tall as it will go. Your cascook is more prominent now, making your head look larger than it did months ago. The other cassowary lunges forward, trying to intimidate you into backing down, but you sidestep quickly and kick at their legs with your claw extended, catching them in the thigh. They stumble sideways and lose their balance for a moment, then regain their footing and back away. You take a step toward them, and they turn completely, walking out of the clearing and disappearing into the forest. You return to the fruit and continue feeding alone in the space you just won. The trees here will keep dropping food for a while, giving you plenty to eat without having to search for it. But fruit doesn't last forever, and when these trees stop producing, you'll need to find another area worth fighting for. Skip forward and you're 3 years old now. You're fully grown with a large cascade on your head and heavy muscles running through your legs. A female cassowary walks into your territory near a fruiting tree, so you need to show her you're worth paying attention to. You lower your head and begin circling her slowly, keeping your movements smooth and controlled. She watches you but doesn't walk away or raise her body defensively, so you continue. You need to make yourself heard, so you inflate your throat and produce a deep, booming call that vibrates through your entire chest. The sound spreads through the forest around you. She turns away from you and walks toward the tree where fruit is scattered across the ground, so you follow behind her and boom again. This time you step closer, closing the distance between you. She stops walking and lowers her head slightly, which tells you she's not going to leave or attack. You need to act now before she changes her mind, so you move toward her from behind and mount briefly. Then you step back and give her space. She doesn't look at you or acknowledge what just happened. She just starts walking away from your territory and disappears deeper into the forest. You watch her go until she's completely out of sight, then return to the fruiting tree and begin eating. She'll find somewhere far from here to lay her eggs in a nest on the ground. You won't see those eggs, and you won't help raise whatever hatches from them. That's not how this works. Your part is done, and hers is just beginning, somewhere you'll never know about. You're 5 years old now. Rain has been falling for days, and the forest floor is flooding, with water rising past your feet and covering the ground where fruit normally falls. You need to find higher ground where food is still accessible, so you start wading through deeper water searching for a slope or hillside. A large python is swimming nearby with its body stretched out behind it, moving through the flooded undergrowth in the same direction you're going. It doesn't turn toward you or change its path, so you just watch it carefully as you move past. You reach a hillside where the water is shallower and the ground rises above the flooding. Other animals are gathering there trying to escape the water below, including wild pigs and wallabies scattered across the slope. You need to eat, so you start pecking at whatever fruit has washed up against the higher ground. A pig moves too close to a piece of fruit you're eating, trying to take it for itself. You can't let it steal your food, so you kick at it with your claw extended. The pig squeals loudly and runs back down the hill into the water, leaving the fruit behind. You continue feeding on whatever washes up near you. The rain keeps falling, and the water below keeps rising, but the hillside has enough food to keep you here for now. Other animals keep arriving throughout the day, all of them looking for the same thing you found. The water will go down eventually, and the forest floor will drain back to normal. You're 7 years old now, walking along a narrow trail through dense vegetation in your territory. Your legs are strong, and your casco is fully developed, making your head look larger than most other animals in the forest. You're searching for fruit that's fallen during the previous days, so you keep your head down and scan the ground as you move forward. Then a branch cracks loudly somewhere above you. You need to see what's happening, so you look up just as a massive tree limb breaks free from the trunk. It's falling directly toward you, and you try to move sideways to avoid it. But the limb is too wide and moving too fast, so it crashes down and strikes your back with its full weight. Your legs buckle underneath you from the impact, and you collapse onto the ground with your body pinned beneath the heavy wood. You try to stand because you need to get out from under it, but your legs won't respond the way they should. Your breathing becomes shallow and uneven, each breath getting weaker than the last. The forest around you keeps moving like nothing happened. Your vision starts to go dark around the edges. You try once more to lift yourself, but your body doesn't move at all. Then your breathing stops completely, and your legs go still. You lie there under the branch with your eyes open, staring at nothing. The sounds of the rainforest continue without you, exactly the same as they were moments before you fell. Life as a cassowary might be rough, but there's another animal out there that has it way worse. Trust me, it's wild. Check out the video and see for yourself.